Hey, and welcome back. Let's jump into another arena, starting off with Imposter, Imperial Formation, and Uprising. And this is now the arena post the new patch, so nothing much will change in terms of arena. A few numbers got shifted here and there, but otherwise arena seems to stay the same. Alright, having said that, let's talk about what are we picking up today. I don't think I've ever played Uprising. I do think, or at least personally, I do feel that the leader ability is a little weak in Arena, so I tend to avoid it, but maybe I should give it a try just for the sake of giving it a try. Imperial Formation is okay. It can really just help out protect engines. I don't mind this too much, and Imposter is also pretty decent, or just okay, as we can just lock a unit down, grab it on our side, and at times can be a huge point swing, because if you hit something like Gizagurn, you are getting a 15-point leader play. That is the dream. Having said that, I think let's go Imposter. I like Imposter. I think I'm a little biased towards Imposter. I just like what it does and how it works, and it being Nilfgaard does not hurt it one bit. So yeah, let's grab Imposter and make a deck out of this. So pretty bad start here. We'll pick up the Cleaver's Muscle. It's the best card out of the worst there, so pretty easy decision. Here I like the Trained Hawk, even though the Tourney Joust I feel is a little more valuable thanks to its ability to remove as well as the ability to protect. So having that diversity helps it quite a bit in Arena, but Trained Hawk also has that diversity where you're hitting for 2, alternatively you're moving a unit, and that movement can really be powerful in some scenarios. So we'll grab that up. Brilliant Archer, here's an easy pick. First gold, and I guess it's the engine. Okay, Ildiko is pretty good, but Usurper Officer is also very tempting. I like both of these. This is a little bit more in terms of points, but what Ildiko can do is phenomenal, especially if you find a way to get her inspired, to give something zeal, and if you don't, still enormous 10-point play. Having said that, I love the Usurper here. One of my favorite cards. Akvist is the most tempting pickup here, but I'm gonna pick up Skjall for that 10-point play. I really like the power he can bring onto the board. Dwarven Berserker feels like the easy choice here. Corsair or Noonwraith? I'm gonna go with the Corsair. It's 2 less in terms of points. It's 2 less than the Noonwraith, but if it stays on board, it will obviously then surpass the power here. And as well, we don't risk giving our opponent anything, even though sometimes that can be a benefit. Guess it has to be the Warmonger here. Not the best or my happiest pick, but yeah, Stunning Blow, pretty easy to pick up with a little bit of a buff, now doing 5 instead of 4 without armor. I really like that a lot, so we're gonna pick that up. Here I'm actually a little bit tempted to pick up the Forktail to play against Neckers, but that is so unrealistic. I think it'll be like a, you know, such a situational card that I don't see it really performing consistently. Otherwise, the Ratasa, an early poison, we could get another one, and that could, you know, turn into some good things. The Haymail's Scowl is also pretty good. Just the ability to throw something away and thin your deck a bit, get a little more consistency is always a great thing. But I'm gonna go take a risk on the Rock Tosser here. Whether we get it to work or not, at least whether we get it to work or not, sorry, at least it's a 5-point unit and it's more than anything else there. Rain Farm is an okay 7-point play. Do we have any good bronze deploy ability? I guess we have. It's just trigger the deploy of adjacent bronze soldiers. So nothing here that's worth picking up. Is it gonna be Rain Farm here? That doesn't feel too good. How far can we make this work? So if we play Percival here, we get Trained Hawk, we get the Mahakam Marauder, or the Cleaver's Muscle, or the Dwarven Berserker. So it will be a 6 in most cases and an 8 in some so far. We could also tailor our run around Percival here, whereas Rain Farm doesn't seem like he will ever be more than a 7-point unit. You know, as odd as it is, I think we pick up the Percival here, and if we find an elf and a dryad down the line, we will prioritize it. Here, nothing really worth writing home about, so we'll pick the best of the worst. Because we do get our other poison. The question is, do I want to break Devotion? The only reason we have to stick around for Devotion is the Usurper Officer, and right now, even as his final evolved form of Emperor, he's never gonna get this agent boost ability, so that makes him, whether he is Emperor or General, it doesn't really matter too much. The only difference is, as Emperor we show off that, hey, look, we did it. As General we don't. I think we break Devotion here. I don't know, I don't want to. It's being selfish and greedy. You know, it's like one of those things where I want to do something for the sake of doing it, even if it has no benefit to the overall strategy of the deck. Like picking up the Back Alley Chemist here, you're picking it up for a good time. Where you're picking up the King Cobra here because it has some synergy with the deck right now and could get some value. So we'll break Devotion. Let me not be stupid about this and think to myself that we can realistically. So here's a Dryad, but it's probably one of the worst Dryads we could have asked for. Shani is just okay. I think she'll get 1 charge off of Vitality and some armor, so she's only worth 7. Because of that, I'm going to pick Gabor, just in case we can get the Resilience tag to work for us. We'll pick Parasite here. It's just very strong removal. I can't scoff at it too much. The Uncrate Greatsword doesn't seem bad because we have the Archer, we have the Dwarven Berserker, we have the Trained Hawk. Stunning Blow also helps that go a long way, so does the Corsair. So I think there's enough here to pick that up quite safely. Interesting choice. Windhelm is always fun and pretty good card to have. Overall, I believe he comes down, your opponent has to deal with him, and most of the times, in whichever way you choose to deal with Windhelm isn't taking damage, and you're taking removal out from your opponent. But the Dryad tag and the fact that we need a lock makes this so much more tempting, and that is why I'm picking it up. Here, Strega, just a solid 4-point removal if we do have domination, and in most cases, I don't see why we wouldn't. Lady of the Lake. Okay, what are other options? We can do the War Elephant. I don't think I've got one soldier here. Do I have any other soldiers? I don't really. Okay, we got the officer. So we've got one officer. We've got. And that's it, just the one officer and the Ardanian archer to make the War Elephant work. So if we do pull that off, it's amazing. If we don't, it is our soldiers. Let me just double check. Yeah, 2 soldiers. If we don't, what can we hit for 4 damage to get the War Elephant value? Alternatively, we can pick up Lady of the Lake. She's gonna protect. She can protect the Ungraded Greatsword, I guess. She can protect the Corsair. She can protect the Ardanian archer. She has a few targets here and there. She can even give the Dwarven Berserker an extra charge, as long as it's barricaded. Tough choice. I'm gonna go for the War Elephant here. Okay. Felbor, another soldier. Happy I did that. We get an elf, which is just gonna feed into our Percival, so I'll prioritize the elf here. Interesting set of decisions to be made here. So, do we want 13 points with a potential downside? Do we want 12 points with no downside? Or do we want 7 points to help us protect? The chest isn't even a consideration here. I'm gonna go with Old Scoia'tale over Yiziger. It's only 1 point difference, so you're not losing that much, and it has no downside. The reason I don't feel like going down the route of Covenant of Steel here is I'm thinking that if we need a defender, we can try steal one. So we'll just pick up Gaunter, but we have no Warframe cards, unfortunately. We could also pick up I'm just wondering where we use it. It's Falbor, right? It's always Falbor. Like, there's no question about it. It's just he is the most points on board here. He's just bringing most to the table. So I do feel comfortable about picking 2 of these. 13 and 14, 13 and 14. So that's a pretty average deck. We basically, once again, it's just 12 and 14, but the way that TA does count towards those goals. So pretty average. I do see this going decently far as long as we pilot it correctly, and with a little bit of luck, I think we're gonna have a good time here.
You shall die, world.
And then our first opponent is the one where our leader can get nullified pretty quick, unfortunately. Okay. Got a poison package here. I don't care too much for the elf right now, but I don't mind keeping it in case we have to play something. But still, Gabor is very good here. I do like that quite a bit. I think the Disciple is the other worst card here. Okay, we could steal this round if we play aggressively enough. Between the Old Scoia'tale, between Skull, we are looking very good. So if we can push the opponent down to 4 cards, it will be a great time for us, especially the fact that we can end this round off with a Gabor, which would translate to... Do we just lock that and seal it now? No, that's so... That would be very wasteful. We'll start off with this one here, just to give it some bleeding. Since he needs 2 turns to reset, it is very good to get him out first over the Dardanian Archer, since the Dardanian Archer does count up every single turn. So, okay, that's fine. That's good to see. We know now we have 1 piece of removal out of our opponent, so we'll take it. I'm not too worried about conserving charges onto the Dardanian Archer, since we do have Parasite in hand. Okay, we could deal with this over 2 turns if we really feel that it is threatening. So we could do Strigger into Parasite, or I could just Parasite it right now to take away the dominance tag. You know, honestly speaking, I like that a lot. We should do the Parasite here. We take away dominance. He is forced to use TA. There you go. Oh, that's interesting.
The Empire will be victorious.
Really? Really now? You took an assassination out for 2 points, and you had 2 points here, where you would have cleared the armor anyways and rendered him pretty useless. I gotta say that is pretty surprising. So now we have some interesting choices. I could go Old Spear Tip and then Skull and then Gabor. I don't mind that play too much. Old Spear Tip also gives us the Strigger value, so we could even go Old Spear Tip into Strigger, into Gabor. The poison doesn't do much right now since that is veiled up. And the War Elephant is rather useless in this case. So let's put down the Old Spear Tip. Let's give our Strigger an out. This also means once again that we have dominance on our side of the board, so we are taking down his Nathaniel to 1 ping per turn. And then yeah, depending on what he plays, I might Strigger, I might Skull. I'll definitely save Gabor for 2 turns from now. Plus the fact that he's got Phoenix, he has to play into the... Oh, okay, this is very frightening. All the boys were kung fu fighting.
A fool like an old fool.
And that's... So I could Ratassa in between that to get 1 point of value. He needs to hit this for 5, so that's 3, 4. He'll be missing 1 point of damage. Am I frightened by that? I'm once again just doing this, just keeping dominance on my end. As long as I can keep getting value off him, it feels pretty good. What is very confusing is that fact that he still hasn't used a single Nithril charge.
You will not regret this, good sir.
Well, there's the first charge from Nithril. And he's uneven. I think now is a good time. Is there a good time to play Gabor now, or do I wait for Gabor round 2? Because he is gonna push me. That's definitely happening. Let's go Skull now. Let's put down as many points as we possibly can. Because if he does lose this round, we'll be pretty happy about that. You know, we have the card quality in our hand right now to make this happen, and I think we should. I'm even considering putting down the war elephant, even though he's not going to be doing much more than just... Because we can take this in one card, it's not a big deal. Okay, I'm happy to see that. The fact that it's playing into it a little bit more feels pretty good. But our hand quality at the moment does not. So we'll have to take the pass here. We know he's gonna push us going forward. We are gonna be looking for some of our stronger units. I would love to get the usurper officer here. Percival can wait for round 3 with all his buddies. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Do we keep the poison package? And if we keep the poison package, what needs to get out of here? The war elephant feels a little bit weak right now. But we'll start with the Dwarven Berserker. Assassination's pretty decent. I think the war elephant's the one needs to go, yeah. Okay, not the best draws, not the worst draws. It's actually perfectly fine. Okay.
Blooded deckhands. Civilian what?
I'm surprised that he's not activating the Phoenix. But hey, it is what it is. Honestly, the poison package started to feel a little weak. But we have plenty of mulligans, so we're fine. We'll start off with the Warmonger. That can go a stunning blow and assassination. I like both of those enough to drop the Mahakam. Okay, this is obviously
You take the left, and I'll take the right.
the obvious start to the round. We'll just simply put this down. It's the only proactive card we have anyway, so. Excuse me, sir? Care to explain yourself? What is this non in... Okay, so the poison package was a complete waste. Why am I not maybe playing something else here? Because everything else here has more value than us trying to poison something and kill it off. Botchling comes down, we can simply and very easily just stunning blow that, so let's get rid of it. There was also consideration to be made to maybe lock up the... Yeah, we'll just assassinate this. It's a lot of value for us, just very nice.
As good as dead, that lot.
Let's skip from that. There's some value to taking the botchling in and outside before killing it off. It is a continuous engine, but I do feel that we can be a little bit patient in terms of what we do here, and we will be rewarded. Not too worried about the poison.
Hazardous to your health.
We will set that up at least for Felbor next turn, or in 2 turns, so we can start lining up units. We will probably do... Okay.
Feeling a bit peckish.
That's fine. So we'll then just do the Felbor here, and I think the best line of play is to just damage this down by 2. We can then ping it for... Oh, he does have the shield, so it doesn't matter what he does, really. We'll always get a 3 and a 2. There's an argument to be made to maybe do the to hit the weaker fangs of the I was gonna say Fangs of the Vampires. The Fangs of the Empire, and then put this down to a 1. No, I don't think so. I think this is the right play. I think that by putting these at this level of power at the moment, no matter what he really does, we'll be okay. Alright, so movement comes in. That's pretty good for him, I guess.
To the seas! Grant me victory!
A little confused as to why he did not move our locked unit here.
I can't fail. I cannot fail.
We can just do this once again, putting more 4s on the board, giving us more options in terms of what we're going to ping and play our second Falbor. I do believe that we are playing against, unfortunately, a little bit of a novice.
Yeah, living and ancestors, all of them.
Okay. So, let's ping you down, and it is the end of the turn, I guess. So, this game is unfortunately over, so we'll have to do this for no good reason.
Winds howl! Waves crash!
And a little bit of that, and we're done. We're fine. We're more than fine. Yeah, unfortunately, we are playing a little bit against a novice because there were a few misplays on his behalf that honestly have just. Okay, so he's got a Falbor in his
The
own.
traitors will pay for what they did.
Not that it matters, but. The fact that it didn't activate the Phoenix, I guess, was one misplay. The fact that the movement where he didn't move our engine out its melee range was a little bit of a misplay. I think there's quite a few going on there, so that's a little bit unfortunate that well, a little bit unfortunate for our opponent, but it's a learning process and this takes a little bit of time. Even me, I'm far from, perfect at this game. Okay, opponent number 2 is against imprisonment.
Patience is not a virtue I am known to have.
How scared are we of imprisonment? I think we are a little bit fearful of the ability. We do have a few engines that. Okay, let's start here clear. We do have a few engines, like here's one, here's one, here's one. Keep the Corsair, we'll drop the poison tag. We have nothing to poison at the moment, so this is pretty decent hand to start a game off with. Parasite is one of the freakiest card arts out there. So I think we'll do almost the same line of opening in terms of how we're gonna start this off. I think we'll go Corsair into Redanian Archer. And then from there on, we'll have to make a game plan. I'll try keep.
Naturally. At once.
Cards are blowing fair winds today.
So he plays a 5, we play a 5. Pretty slow start. Haunt comes down. That's actually quite interesting. I'm not sure how much Haunt synergy I guess our opponent has here, but
I'd have to aim to miss.
But the fact that he's played it out this early into the round does indicate that he might have a few. Excuse me? Excuse me, sir? What is this nonsense? Okay, so I'm a little blown back by this. That is an incredible amount of points just came down. That is a constructed level amount of points just came down. That is. And we can still catch up in 3 cards. But damn.
Get out, you baldy-faced baby.
I'm just throwing points out there. It doesn't really matter where they land. What just it just matters that we do distribute the points we have onto his side of the board. In terms of where they go, what they do at the present moment, it really makes no difference. He's got dominance, so this will remain active. It's like one of those times when you really need like a Yennefer's Invo or any kind of toll removal. We do have some pretty strong removal, but nothing that can deal with. Alright, so we have 2 turns to catch up. And I say 2 turns because I want to go into the last round with 5 cards. So how do we make up 20 points here? I think we have to go Usurper Officer for 12. And Assassination for 6. And that'll get us there. So we can start off with the Assassination right now.
As good as dead, that lot.
Like so. And then to finish the round off, we can...
I do not do this for power.
Oh, you know, you only spawn 1 operative. I'm a fool.
For the Empire, I will give my life if needed.
Well, in that case, I think the play then here is Felbor, because that's at least 11. So we'll go like this. I'm a fool. In round 1, you actually don't do too much. Okay, this is fine. What we'll do here is I'm going to just drop the Gabor and pass. If he removes it, he removes it. It's not the biggest issue in the world. It is the best way we can get points from, or attempt to get points going forward. So this will be pretty straightforward. Gabor turn and then pass, and then if he can deal with it, he can. If he can't, it's not a, you know, either way, it's not a problem for us. It would be quite nice if we leave this round and he isn't able to deal with Gabor. Now do you spawn 2? Yes, now you spawn 2, General. General? In terms of... okay, let's just see what it does. We could just kill that, but I don't see any point in doing so at all. We're not planning to fight this round. Very surprised, so he couldn't remove our Gabor. I guess that's very nice for us. I mean, starting the round with... basically, we're starting the round with technical advantage on our side. Which... yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's gotta be... there we go. That's great. That's a really good hand. We got Parasite, we got Stunning Blows, we got some really strong removal, we got a lock, and then we just have engines and points all around movement. This is a very, very good, you know, all-round hand. You know, it's like, in terms of like sports analogies, if this is so your team attacking or defending, and you're like, it's a very balanced team. You're like, well, it's not strong on attack, it's not strong on defense, but it's got a balance between the two. Like an RPG character that can use any weapon or class. You're like, you know, you're not the strongest around, but you're very versatile, friend. Okay, so we start. I mean, I like this. We start with like basically a TA on our side. How are we gonna go down this road? Coldwell.
Time I taught you some respect.
Okay.
They'll not leave here alive.
So this is why I hate Coldwell, by the way. This right here is such a risky play. The fact that something like this can happen. Our opponent just played 10 points on our side of the board. 10. We're on 22. Oh, that's.
Time to dump or get off the privy.
Oh man, this is just. This is horrible.
Blood!
I'm gonna play this first. It doesn't matter whether we play whichever engine we play first. Honestly, the results are the same. The amount of damage we have, the amount of damage output we have. Okay. And there's the first lock. Perfectly fine. Just at a hit armor. We don't have anything to really do here. In terms of what he would like to lock on our side of the board, I guess there's not much here for us to worry about. We do have Lost Ace, so that's always going to be great. I guess I could play out our engine, but I see no reason to. I think we can just do that and be happy. Oh, we've obviously won this game. There's just nothing our opponent can do right now. When you start the game and then your opponent starts with 5 points on the board, then you give him another 10 points, then you give him another 2 points. It all adds up pretty quickly. So then you take away 1 point from your side of the board. Our opponent has been giving us more points this game than he has played so far. If you really think about it, because he just -1'd his end of the board. Okay, damage unit 1 charge, damage unit by 2 instead, so you're not gonna get any more charges, so I don't care what you do. I think it's an okay time just to play the
You
engine.
take the left, and I'll take the right.
Obviously, there's a big chance that that's just gonna get locked up, and if it does, we're so far ahead at this point that there we go. So quick. That was just like.
I swear on my
What? That's insane. That you got that to work. I want to say something. There was this this is about 3 weeks ago or something like that. There was this one arena run where I drafted 3 Sven of 3 or 4 of them, and we had quite a nice bit of synergy. We could throw damage around quite a bit and get him to work off. And the one game where I drafted him, I managed to get 3 of them down, all at 11 points. The problem was I was recording this, but I never set up my screen capture for Gwent on OBS, and so the whole time I just recorded a black screen, and nothing really came out of that, which was kind of sad. Okay, we're gonna just play the old spear tip here, which really sucked because I was feeling so good about that arena. I can't remember the lead ability we had. I can't remember like most of the deck, whatever, but I do remember it was very memorable. The fact that we were sitting there with 3 of these, and the one game, or 3 or 4 in the deck, but the one game there was 3 of them just sitting on the board, all 11 points, and we were so far ahead of our opponent. And I was so sad when I went back to OBS to be like, I finished the recording, I went to check just to make sure the file was okay. I clicked on the file and it was just black screen. nothing was recorded. I was just, oh, that was just heartbreaking. Anyway, very cool to see that he got that off. Okay, so we did that so we can have some dominance in case we want to play the trigger this turn. I don't mind playing the trigger here. We have the parasite in hand, so anything that the trigger can remove, the parasite can remove better. And I mean, I could probably do a super general parasite and then skull. That's fine.
Make Nilfgaard great again.
I don't even think we're gonna end up using our leader ability in this game. War Elephant comes down. Ain't that something? I was gonna activate it. I was definitely gonna activate the War Elephant there. And why you forfeit? You lock 2 of our units, can't I lock 1 of yours? Isn't it fair that for every 1 locked unit I have, I lock 2 of yours? Anyway, really cool start to the arena. It's a very balanced deck. Everything about it just feels really balanced. It does have us, does give us the option to really really have a good time in this arena. So I look forward to playing more of this. But this will be it for now, and until next time, have fun. Peace out.